What's going up, guys? So, whoops. No. So we are going to be doing our Friday stock talk here on our trades throughout the week. I took one, two, three, four, five, six trades. I had no trades Monday, but so I had one, two, one loser. I had one loser, and then one, two, three, four winners. So that's a pretty good ratio right there of winners to losers. Alright, so I had no trades Monday, so let's go to my trades on Tuesday. And so my first trade was on GBR. And so this was a couple days ago here. Let's go to 5 day, 5 minute. So this was 4 days ago. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right during this big day. All right. So let's put this on that should be fine. That should be fine. Hold on. Let's get rid of this 1 minute for right now. And then we can just use this one. Alright, so this was I want to have it 1 minute too. Alright, so you guys can see, because I mostly trade on the 1 minute. Okay, alright. So, wait, let's get rid of this here. Alright, we are going to be going through my entries. So my entry was at the 371 here. For GBR, yeah, 371. And let's get this. Okay, and I'll tell you why. So, we had this huge. It was a pretty big gap up from what I remember. Not too much, but it was, it was up on our scanners a little bit. Yeah, it was about a 14% gap up, and so I set my entry point was here because this was kind of the resistance, was around this 70 to 71 area. So I put a limit order at 71. Not right out of the get-go, because I always wait anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. And because if you would hop in, if you get this big spike up, your order will get filled, and then it will most likely fall down. Which this one worked out very well because we had the VWAP right here, so we had a nice little cushion that we can just kind of, that it bounces right off it and then continues up. So my entry point, like I said, was 371 because that was that resistance. And I wanted to make sure it broke that resistance before I got into it. And yes, I knew there was going to be some resistance, at this 415 area, but I felt like that was far enough away where I could make a significant amount of money, and within a short period of time. So this day I broke even. I'll show you. I was up not much, probably like $55, but so I sold when it broke this after that circuit breaker there, and I sold right. I thought it was gonna continue to fall, but I realized that we had this bounce here, so I honestly thought we were gonna get this bounce back up. So I continued to hold, and I sold after it broke this big red candle right here, and it wasn't much. Like I said, it was about a 10% win, and it was like I don't remember the exact. I didn't write it down, but it was around 220, 219 and some change. it was around that was my winner for this. It was right here. And then, so I saw this happening, and then CIRB, wait, hold on. I think I wrote it down wrong. Give me a second, guys. Well, we can come back to that. Well, anyways, see, I don't see. Okay, I can't think of the stock ticker for Tuesday, but for Wednesday was a nice little winner. Was CPAH of $333. Was on Wednesday, so that was 3 days ago. So 1, 2, 3, same thing. As you guys can see, I do have all my support and resistance lines already drawn for this one, because this one was a little more clear. So as you know, this one this one was a 20% gap up. I'm pretty sure around that. 20%, yeah, about 26%. So this one was up on our gap scanner, and so this one I already realized that this one had an enormous potential because it was lightly traded. Not lightly. It was traded, and it was maintaining its highs. It was, meaning that it wasn't falling too far below the pre-market high. So I set my buy order right at this this one right here. You guys see where I drew that resistance line, and I wanted to make sure it broke that before I hopped into it. So I hopped in at 360, and it was a nice it was a nice entry because we had that nice little bounce off that VWAP, and we had that break over the resistance, and that's what I always look for. And so I rode it all the way up till here, and right when it broke the green of right when the red candle broke the green of the previous red was when I sold. So right here at 387, and that was, so it was here, that was a 7% win. But the reason why I made a lot more money on this trade is because I hopped back in it. Right when this green candle broke this red, I realized that it could do a bull flag pattern. So I set my limit for 420, and then I set my stop loss right below the previous red. So at 385 to, it was 385 to about 380 was really that nice, because I didn't manually put it in. I always use a mental stop loss, because I've had times in the past where I have set a manual stop loss and the stock spikes down and pops back up and I'm out. So I learned the hard way, but that one was a good deal. But then I did the same thing. I wrote it, and then I sold on the first right when it broke that green, this was a perfect formation. I'm actually going to take a picture of this right here for my class. Right there. Okay. All right. And so that was just a beautiful formation. And that's what I always love to see. These stocks that are stocks that we talk about, and we see that potential. And the reason why I always have this one down here, I didn't really talk about it, is because I make sure that in the past it has been a previous runner, which, as you guys can see, these huge spikes up almost to 730, and these huge spikes, it's ran in the past. And I have my simple moving averages lines for 90 and or blue's 200, and the pink is 90, the 90-day and 200-day moving average. So I look at this and I say, okay, this stock broke over that moving average line, this stock now has room to run, because these are the main resistance lines. As you guys can see, it hugs that 90-day very well and pops up to the 200-day and gets smashed back down right on this candle. So I know that this stock is a one that uses this resistance lines very well. As you guys can see, smack back down. Even this one, a big pop up, smack back down. So I look at this in pre-market and I say, okay, you know, I realized it broke over that. So now let's see if this stock has some room to run. It bounced off the 90-day moving average, and let's see if it can pop up like it did in the past, because it's all about patterns. Because this is a pattern with this huge pops up, these huge runners, and that's all we're trying to find here. So that was on Wednesday, and our Thursday trade was MTSL. MTSL. Okay, same thing. I always make sure that this stock has that room to run, because it pops up and look, it uses these moving average lines as a nice support. So we get this another pop back up, and that's where you know, traders get to capitalize, because they see this formation here. So this was the 19th, so it was 2 days ago. So 1, 2, right where this was drawn, perfect. Okay, let's just do it from there. Okay, so let's see, let's change this. Okay, so like I said, this stock also was a very good one because it was maintaining its highs. That's all I pretty much do, is just see if these stocks in pre-market can maintain their highs, because if they do, that means they are gonna most likely do the gap and go set up. And that's a setup that I previously talked about in my last video on trading. So I said, okay, let's see if this stock can break over this resistance line at about 4. I think I hopped in a little earlier than 325. I need to start writing down the numbers. I wrote down the numbers for today because it was a little easier. Okay, whoops. Okay, so MTSL. I could always go back and look, but that kind of takes a minute, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so I set my order at, I think it was 320, because I always like to hop in at those whole numbers. I don't know, it's just something I've always felt more comfortable with, because it uses it as a little more of a support. So this one kind of did a almost a bull flag pattern, which, yeah, it kind of did, but I kind of missed the majority of it. This was a smaller day, about a $75 day from what I remember. But okay, so I hopped in at that full dollar of 320, sold after it, whoops, wrong drawing tool, but after it broke that previous. So like I said, it was a very small day, only about 4%, and which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, you know, if you have $3,000 or a $3,000 account, you know, that's about a $75 day. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's what I did that day. You know, I'm not saying my account's that size, but for it was a $3,000 share size, and when it only moves up that much, you know, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for, in the previous past couple of days, these stocks that broke out of this resistance here have shot up 20, 30, 40%. But all right, so that was from Thursday the 19th. Let's talk about Friday. Today, our money day of SAEX. Alright. Alright, so same thing. I'm making sure this stock's over. Excuse me. I'm making sure this stock is over those moving average lines, which it is. So I'm like, okay, there's no resistance. Let's see. if we can get a trade on it. So I hopped in at 215 here, right out of the get-go. 215 right here. Boom. It was honestly, it was kind of a lucky buy-in. I normally wait a couple minutes, but I just felt like I said, there was this nice VWAP here. You know, the volume was increasing, so I said, okay, let's hop in it at 215, and all right, hopped in at 215, took profits from 225 to 230, which is pretty decent. So 230, I sold half. Wait, no, 225 sold half. I'm sorry, 225. 4%, and then sold another half at 230. So 6%, not bad. You know, $153 day. So that was my trades, and this is my trade journal. You know, I literally just picked it up from Walmart like 2 days ago, or not 2 days ago, but like a couple weeks or like a week ago. And the reason why I got this is because I want to do these videos where I can look back and say, okay, I took a trade on, you know, I took a trade on SAEX like I did today. You know, good setup. Missed that big rush. You know, next time, kind of got lucky with this bounce off the VWAP. And you know, stuff like that. Like how I had that loser, which I'm not sure what I had a loser on one of them today. You know, and on that Tuesday where I broke even, but I'm not sure what that stock ticker name is. I must have wrote it down wrong. It was C something. I'm not sure. I can always look back though. So this is what I always do. I always like to just take a day out of the week or the weekend and look back at my trades, because this is what separates, you know, those beginner to intermediate traders. Let's pull up my this here, and let's make myself a little bigger. I know that, whoa, what the? I know that this is kind of weird, because I even remember always watching people and they had this up and it always kind of gave me a headache. But yeah, so that's it though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something, because that's all we, you know, care about. I'm in the process, guys, of writing a really awesome book. Really cool. It's gonna blow my other one out of the water. But so that's it though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please sure to like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about these. Alright, peace out. Thanks for watching. I love you guys.